Kerajaan hari ini mengumumkan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Berkuatkuasa 18 Mac hingga 31 Mac. Perintah Kawalan Negara akan dilaksanakan di seluruh negara bagi mengekang COVID-19.
KPM telah memutuskan bahawa semua sekolah termasuk kolej vocational di bawah KPM di negeri-negeri terlibat akan ditutup.
Susulan kekangan peranti dan capaian internet untuk pembelajaran dan pengajaran di rumah PDPR,
Kementerian Pendidikan KPM akan memperkenalkan saluran khusus TV pendidikan yang dikenali sebagai DIDIK TV KPM di saluran NTV7.
Something's wrong here.
Here is a brief explanation about our respondents. First and foremost, Puan Nur Syahidah Nordin, a teacher who lives in Jutra, Kedah. She has a teaching experience of almost 14 years in teaching English in Science, Technology and Pendidikan Moral. She is currently teaching at SMK Tanjung Pao, which is located in the center of Jutra. The interview was done by me using Google Meet. Next, Puan Rohayu binti Muharram, a 50-years-old teacher that lives in Johor Bahru, Johor. She has a teaching experience of almost 26 years in teaching Bahasa Melayu, Pendidikan Seni Visual and Pendidikan Muzik. She is currently teaching at SK Taman Perling, which is located in the capital of Johor. The interview was done by NURUL NAZURAH, also via Google Meet.
Bolehkah cikgu perkenalkan diri cikgu dulu?
Boleh, terima kasih. Nama saya Rohayu binti Muharram. Saya mengajar di Sekolah Kebangsaan Taman Perling, Johor Bahru. Saya telah mengajar selama lebih kurang 26 tahun.
In addition, Encik Harun bin Mat Ali, a 49-years-old teacher. He has a teaching experience of almost 27 years in teaching pendidikan Islam. He has taught in a variety of schools throughout the course of his 27 years career. The interview was done by Nur AQILAH by using a Google Form. Furthermore, Puan Nur HAFIZAH binti Omar, a 48-years-old teacher. She has a teaching experience of almost 25 years in teaching mathematics, pendidikan seni visual, kemahiran hidup, reka bentuk dan teknologi. The interview was done by Nur AQILAH using Google Form. Next, Madam Mahani binti Musa, a 51-years-old female teacher who have been in education sector for 28 years old. Madam Mahani is an English teacher for Form 6 student in SMK Tunku Mahkota Muar. She lives in Muar, Johor with her family. Currently teaching in Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Tunku Mahkota Muar. The interview was done by NURUL HAFIZAH using Google Form. Next, Encik NAZRI Mahmud is a 52-years-old teacher that lives in Kelantan. He has a teaching experience of almost 26 years in teaching reka bentuk dan teknologi. Currently teaching at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Kedai Buluh, Kelantan. Following that is Zarinah Mat Saleh, a 48-years-old Kelantan teacher. She's been teaching Sains Rumah Tangga for almost 26 years, currently teaching at SMK Badang, Kelantan. Both interview was done by NABIHAH NAZRI, face to face.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will continue with the challenges of DIDIK TV. There is 9 points of the challenges. The first one is the teaching style of DIDIK TV may not be effective to all of the students. 2. Students have tendency to miss out the session as the DIDIK TV's time of airing is not aligned with students' timetable. 3. the lack of knowledge in using the latest technologies for both sides, either students or teachers. 4. Students and teachers not having a stable internet connection. Thus, the learning session is interrupted and not going as in the planning. 5. The house is not a very conducive place to be a teaching and learning environment to students and teachers to begin with. 6. Having financial problems in the family. Thus, the purchases of gadgets or monthly data plans is difficult as they cannot afford it. 7. The students are more focused on using their smartphone rather than watching the televisions. 8. Students can lose focus very quickly because the program does not support much interactive activities. Instead, students need to stay seated on one place while watching the program. And lastly, some parents are ignorant to their children's engagement with the program.
From the interview and the survey, the respondents point out their opinion regarding the strength of DIDIK TV, which it is part of 21st learning century method. There are a few points of strength that we can look up. First of all, DIDIK TV method is fun and interactive. It is different from the ordinary learning method. This is because there is interesting animation and figures which caught and attract the students. The second point is all students could get free access. They do not need to purchase and all students are able to watch freely. The third point is one teacher, one way of learning, or one teacher can deliver the learning to many of students in one time. DIDIK TV method is easier for teachers to deliver the learning to many students in one specific of time, which is it is high involving of students. The next point is teacher with the title of Guru Cemerlang can give some tips of learning. They get to tackle students who lack of interest in studies and give some tips for better understanding, such as the use of acronym, so it will be easier to understand, and as a result, academic achievement can be improved in students. Other than that, DIDIK TV is an asynchronous method which students are able to study well anytime, and which if they could not watch it on time, they can rewatch the learning videos anytime, anywhere they want. Moreover, DIDIK TV is a defined and simple characteristic. No need of data or internet connection. And lastly, DIDIK TV can prevent the label for students as the lost generation, especially students who want to start their study journey.
As we know that DIDIK TV is just launched last year, so there are a few weaknesses that can be found from this program that need to be improved for the betterment of this educational television. First and foremost is that there are around 20 different subjects in the DIDIK TV channel, which consists of both primary and secondary school subjects. When too many subjects are compiled in one channel, this means that the duration of each subject being taught has been reduced to give space for other subjects slot as well. Limited time will be hard for the teacher to give a further explanation as they are in a rush to complete the lesson within the given time. Besides that, the DIDIK TV doesn't have a fixed schedule, so students tend to miss out the program, and hence teachers have to regularly remind them to watch the television. Teaching and learning via television is not as effective as face-to-face lessons, as there is no two-way communication between the teacher and the students, and students unable to ask questions directly to their teacher if they do not understand the lessons. Unconducive surrounding and distractions will make the students to lose focus easily and change to another channel that they are more interested in, which is the non-educational one. When the students spend hours in front of the television, this means that not much physical movements are required, which can lead to many health complications such as eye strains, fatigue, and obesity. If this kind of lifestyle prolonged, it will cause them to become inactive and passive, which can affect their overall academic performance.
In summary, the recently launched DIDIK TV is a national education channel that serves as a great alternative to 21st teaching and learning method in helping students to have learning sessions while staying in their home, especially in the relation with the current situation with the COVID-19 pandemic. With reference from our interviews that had been done with several school teachers, the launching of DIDIK TV can give both negative and positive impact. The negative impact is that the students tend to dismiss this channel, mainly because it is not entertaining enough for them, and some are being nonchalant about it because they are more interested in using their merrymaking gadgets like the Androids. If this goes on, the channel might soon be out of most students' sight. In spite of that, the positive impact of DIDIK TV is that the students will not need to use their internet network and they can just learn directly by watching the television. Instead of spending their valuable time on frivolous activities, they will instead be studying during that period. To promote this channel among students, the parents need to be aware of the importance of this channel to their children who are still attending school and making sure that their children always follow up with their current syllabus in subjects as well. One way to make the channel more effective is that maybe the government can create two channels. One focuses on primary school subjects and the other one is on secondary school subjects. This is so that the students and educators will be able to plan for more systematic and precise PDPR sessions. Lastly, the government can also make improvement in making the channel more appealing to the students as it progresses.